Hi, everyone. We have author Thaddeus Tolbert here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about himself.
All right. Again, my name is Thaddeus Tolbert from Houston, Texas. Born and raised in a neighborhood called Third Ward, which is one of the historic neighborhoods in Houston. Graduated from Prairie View A&M University with my bachelor's in criminal justice, and I just finished my master's in counseling from Sam Houston State University. So, hence the shirt,
I love
Black
the shirt.
Therapist from the Ghetto. That's a little something me and my friends put together. We're gonna have more shirts printing pretty soon, probably. I'm a very big advocate for mental health, hence one of the reasons why I did write this book, which is to basically get not only my voice out, but the voice of people who looks just like me out.
Okay. And this is your first book that you wrote?
Yes, my first. Yes, very excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you self-published?
Yes, I've self-published. So, yeah, I self-published. I had initially launched on one of my good friends and teammate Javante Ham website called the Melanoid Exchange,
Okay.
which he and his fiance they basically are all about putting on for the Black community, having a platform for Black people and minorities in general to be able to have a voice for themselves and their products.
Okay. And how long have you been writing?
Oh, I've been writing for a long time since I was a kid. I probably say when I was 5. My mom and dad and teachers they started noticing. I had a unique style if it came to drawing, even though I can't draw for nothing. But the way that I was writing, certain words that I was using, people always suggested me to write. But writing was also a platform for me for my mental health because I really didn't have anyone that I can go to express my thoughts and feelings. As in our community, it's almost taboo to speak on mental health. Is whatever happens in my house, stay in my house. You'll be okay. What you know about feelings, you don't have any bills. So I was always writing.
Okay. And tell us about your book.
All right. So my book, Ghetto, the Inner City Blues. I have it in the shadow box because this is my very first copy that was printed. Um, so Ghetto, the Inner City Blues. When I initially started my master's back in 2016 at Bethune-Cookman University, it was a tough transition going from Houston to Florida. And Marvin Gaye's song, The Inner City Blues, Make Me Want to Holler, came on YouTube. I had YouTube on the TV, and it just caught me. And before you know it, I just kept looping the video, keep replaying the video. And some of the things that he was talking about in the song, I'm like, I relate to that growing up in Third Ward. I've seen peers who also related to his lyrics.
Mhm.
So before you know it, I just started typing. By the time I just finished typing, noticing that I was writing, I've had chapter 1 and the beginning of chapter 4 completed in like a matter of 4 hours.
Wow.
So with reading those words and still listening to the song, I'm like, wow, this is intense. This is deep. I have to keep going. I have to keep pushing. So let some of my peers from the neighborhood read chapters 1 through 4, and they're like, bro, why did you let me read this and it's not finished? I need more. I need more. So so this is 2016. Transitioned back to use in 2017 and 18. I really didn't touch the book at all until the end of 2018, 2019, which is when I published September the 11th, 2019. So it's been a year since the book has been published and, very excited about it. And I'm also completing the audiobook right now. So
Okay.
it'll be out possibly for New Year. So everyone's been waiting to hear the voice. It's coming.
Congratulations. Now, are you
Thank you.
doing the audiobook?
Yes, I am. So myself and a good friend of mine, E. Will, he's a producer out here in Houston, has his own studio, works with a lot of R&B artists and rappers locally and in Atlanta. So he and I are working on completing the audiobook. So pretty much maybe after this is done, I'll be heading to the studio to wrap up.
Okay. And the gap between not finishing the book, was that due to writer's block or you just, it was lack of
Yeah, it
time?
was very, very bad writer's block. And, life happens.
Mm.
So I love Bethune Cookman. It was a great program. It was just the work, being able to work out there to sustain and pay bills. It really didn't pan out like I planned on. So I had a job offer back here in Houston that was offering over $50,000 a year. And I'm like, I'm going from making $9-10 an hour to this. I'm like, yeah, I'm going back home. So transitioning back home, getting back acclimated, getting back on my feet, that particular year, then writer's block. Every time I look at the book, I wanted to type and write something. I had absolutely nothing. And I'm like, I'm not going to force anything just to say I put something out there because my name is attached to it.
Right. Now tell us about the cover. What made you choose? That's a picture of you?
Yes. So with the cover, I'm at an abandoned house in Third Ward, holding my gun with a bag right there as if, I'm trapping. So initially, I wanted to have basically 3 different visions of me. So one with the gun, one with books that's like trying to figure things out, and one with a suit, who basically made it out of the ghetto. My photographer, Christian Fountain, I believe in his vision. So during the photo shoot, I'm like, bro, whatever you do is what we're going to get. That's going to be my cover. A family friend of mine was living in that abandoned house, and he's very big on reading. We used to read together. I used to sit on the corner with him and read books with him and just talk. And I seen him coming from down the street, and that's why I'm turned at the angle, because I seen him coming from down the street. And when I saw that sitting on the milk crate with the gun, I'm like, this is going to spark a conversation.
Okay.
This is what I want, because when I posted the cover, everyone, the mothers in the family and aunties and uncles, is like, you see Thaddeus on Facebook with the gun? What is going on? What is he doing? Like, he's educated. He shouldn't be posting himself like that. But then certain people who understands me, they're like, bro, I see what you're doing right there. I'm buying my book right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a very big conversation piece that I wanted from the initial site of my book.
Right. And what do you hope readers take away from reading your book?
That we all have a platform. We don't have to be on BET. We don't have to be on the TV all the time, on the radio, #1 song in the country to have a platform. We all have a voice. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to use your voice no matter what. No matter who tell you that you can't do something, that you won't be something, that you won't be able to do something. If you believe in you, if you believe in your craft, if you're passionate about your craft and yourself, go ahead and utilize that platform. Get out of there, because someone's watching that may be in the same position that you are, that don't believe in themselves, that if they see you doing it, it might give them that push that they need to get over that hump.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And where can we purchase your book?
So my book, again, is available on themelanoidexchange.com, and it's also on Amazon.
Okay.
And for all my people locally, if you see me in the streets, it's in the trunk too. So you can find me in the old school way as well.
And are you on social media?
Yes. I'm on Instagram at honorable.thad. That's Thad, THADD. I'm also on Facebook. My name, Thaddeus Tolbert. And I'm about to get back on Twitter. I haven't used my Twitter in a while, so.
Okay. And do you see yourself writing another book?
Yes, I've outlined book 2. I'm going to throw it out there, Ghetto, The Tears for My Soul. So the outline that I have right now is approximately 12 chapters. I had this particular book, Ghetto, The Inner City Blues, outlined for 12 chapters. But my editor that I hired to read the book, she was like, bro, I actually caught myself reading it and not doing much editing. So once I read it, I felt like you had a lot more to express.
Okay.
Throw another chapter in. I ended up throwing 2 more chapters in.
Okay.
So right now, I'm just leaving it at the outline stage for now, because I'm still doing my thing with this one and with the audiobook coming out. And I really didn't push it like I wanted to, because due to COVID. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to get back going with it, hitting the streets with it locally and across the map the best I can. So book 2 will be coming pretty soon.
Okay. And how do you think being a writer has helped you as a person?
It helped me realize, things that I probably pushed to the back of my mind because, trauma does that to people, that you will sweep things under the rug behind the closet. And writing certain chapters, particularly chapter 4, Soul Food. So the Big Crit song Soul Food with Raphael Sadiq is a big inspiration to that book, but also the movie Soul Food, because I seen basically that was my family. Big Mama, the rock of the family, held everybody together. If you get to acting a fool, she get you back in line and keeping the family together. When Big Mama passed, family just went chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
So after writing that particular chapter, speaking about my grandmother and her passing, she was a very big part of my life. I was like, whoa, I have a lot that I didn't process. So that led me to getting back to speaking with my counselor to process these things, because I'm like, I've talked about them before. Why am I still feeling this? Then I got to learn, as being a therapist and going to therapy, that this is a lifelong process. I have to be able to pick up skills and tools to manage. And I can't keep doing the same things over and over again because I'm just going in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Being a statistic that everyone else from my neighborhood is doing, going in the same circle, this is all I know. So if I want to speak on progress and elevation, I have to be able to practice what I preach.
Definitely. And is there anything else that you would like to tell us about your book?
Whew. It's a tearjerker. It's a very big tearjerker. I don't think you have to be Black to be able to relate. You don't have to be from the inner city to be able to relate. I think it'll be a piece of a puzzle in this book that will be able to reach everyone and anyone. Even though I speak and advocate for the Black community, my community a lot, I'm really for the people.
Okay.
And not just, just one community, not just Black males, Black women. I'm for everyone. So I want everyone across the world to be able to take something from my story.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Thaddeus.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
everything. All right, everyone. That was author Thaddeus Tolbert telling us about his book. Make sure you go out and purchase a copy, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this video below. Bye.